Hello, my darlings. Thank you for joining me on A Slice of Life, A Slice of Life. If you're watching me, you're 45, 55, 65, and 75. You know why you're watching me. Because you over there trying to get to me. You're 45, I'm 82. Come on over. Come on over. Keep living. Come on over. We're getting older, but baby, we're not getting old. And let me tell you something sad today. Something sad today. There was when I saw on the news today where allegedly a father killed his son. It was a domestic violence situation, and the mother was hiding in a room when they found her, and the father and the son didn't get along, and because they didn't get along, somebody pulled a gun. I don't have the whole story, but I was just thinking about domestic violence. It's a secret in America, but it goes on in some of the best houses. You know, I worked for Chief Judge Barbara Harris when I retired from Delta Airlines. I was blessed to be able to work there with her and with Judge Clint DeVoe. How you doing, Judge DeVoe? Anyway, and so part of my only job was to be a temporary protective order person. I wrote the protective orders, then I talked with the person, the victim, and then I would determine whether or not we should get a protective order, and then I would walk up to Fulton County Superior Court with the victim, and we would get assigned by a Superior Court judge with specific directions for the sheriff to come out and either remove the person from the house or allow the victim to be able to leave the house, and some other kind of variables were always included, depending on what the situation was. So it was something. Every Monday I would have to get to work a little earlier because there would be more people on Monday, more people for Super Bowl, more people after any big game or any big event. Then there would be more victims waiting for me. It was some kind of job, but I enjoyed every bit of it. To me, it was my giving back. I know they paid me, but I didn't care. They could not pay me. Because I wanted to be there. I wanted to be there all the time, to be there to help as much as I could, and to get somebody on their way so they can go ahead and have the purposeful life that God had for them. And they couldn't do that if they were a victim of domestic violence. And what am I saying that for? Because a friend of mine, I asked if I could give his name, and he said no, to tell people he's an admirer of mine. Anyway, okay, Doc, we'll go along with that. Anyway, so he sends me something every morning, and today I want to read what he sent me. He stopped sending me things. I don't know what happened, why he stopped sending me things, but he stopped for a while. And then I wrote him and said, I miss those gems that you would send in my morning mail. And so now I get them back. And this one, I want to read what he says, just the first part. It says, I'm going to read both parts, but I need to read this part. It breaks my heart knowing there are so many beautiful souls out there questioning their worth because someone they loved made them feel unlovable. You know, Reno, I got to say this again for the people in the back. It breaks my heart knowing there are so many beautiful souls out there questioning their worth because someone they loved, keyword, someone they loved, made them feel unlovable. That happens every day. There's somebody somewhere that wants to make you feel unlovable. And it's the person that you love. If you want, the most pain will come from the person that's closest to you. The most hurt will come from the person that's closest to you. They'll hurt you and they don't know that they're hurting you. They'll snap and say things to you that you just have to shake your head sometime and wonder, what? And here he's saying in this piece here that someone they love made them feel unlovable. And a lot of that happens with domestic violence. And domestic violence is not, I'm not always talking about physical, there's emotional, all of us bad. No, I'm not gonna make an excuse for any of it. But you could be made to feel unlovable, and that can come right from inside of the person that's in the bed with you, or the person that it was born from the same mama, or the person you birthed. You can get that same feeling. And so I asked him if I could read the rest of it. And he said, read it all. So I'm gonna give you the rest of it. The reality is, it happens every day. That's the reality. We think harsh and we think harsh behavior occurs outside our home, outside of our family, and network of friends and associates, but untrue. The predators and those who deceive and betray us may be closer than one thinks. You know that. You've seen sisters go get the other one's boyfriend, or the other one's husband, or you see mamas do all kind of crazy things take the child's boyfriend. I know a case of that. I'm just saying. I mean, just evil stuff that goes on. There's so much evil that goes on right in your inner circle. Oftentimes, it is not somebody up the street, and it is not somebody on your job. It is right in your family. That's what he's saying. I almost called his name. Maybe closer to one thing. The flattery received may not be well intended. No, the flattery received may not be well intentional. It may be designed to throw us off our game. That's interesting too. When people, I never let people tell me a whole lot about myself, and I went for it. Like, oh, you're beautiful. Yeah. You get caught up in all that, baby. You don't get caught up in all that. Don't get caught up in a whole lot of flattery. You ought to know by now who you are, what you look like, who your folks are. You ought to have all that down. You don't need. It's nice to get compliments. Don't get me wrong. But don't get wrapped up in it. Because once you get wrapped up in it, you start believing your own press. You get off of your game, get off of your purpose, get off of what you're supposed to be doing. You won't be listening to Myron Golden. You won't be listening to Arlen Hamilton. You won't Hamilton. You won't be studying and getting yourself approved. There's a whole lot of things you won't be doing because you listen to somebody telling you something that you think make you feel good, and they think because they wrap you up like that. No. The flattery received may not be well intentioned. It may be designed to throw us off our game. I'm reading what he wrote. Be vigilant and don't comply because one seeks acceptance and recognition. I told you about looking for that acceptance and recognition. I spent a decade trying to get accepted somewhere. And people don't care anything about you. They care about what you can do for them. What did my other book said? Don't nobody care. Ain't nobody thinking about you. I love that chapter he did. Nobody's thinking about you, you see? And so be vigilant and don't comply because one seeks acceptance and recognition. Just do you. I really, really, really have tried to do me. And when you try to do you, there's somebody that's trying to do you too. That's an envious person. I had to find out. Who was that? It was Joshua Giles that taught us the difference between jealousy, a jealous person, and an envious person. A jealous person wants what you have. An envious person wants you. They want you. They want to be you. So they do everything, to act like, walk like, smell like, everything to be you. Everything you have, they want a copy. They want to have it. Can you give me this? Everything. That's the envy. That's the envy. They just want to be like you, so they get everything of yours to be like you, and they don't have not any thoughts on their own. Nothing. You don't have your own ideas about things. I don't understand it, but anyway. That's what my person is saying here. He's also saying it is false and insincere. It's false and insincere. It's a lot of times, I wanted to work hard in the city. I loved Atlanta from day one. Not soon as I stepped off the train, because we know that story. It's on PBS. But I loved the vibe of the city, the blackness of the city. So many super educated black people all in one space and place, you know, decorum and class and classy. The way, you know, it was, there used to be with black people across America, they wore those nice suits and hats, and women wore the little fox on their shoulder, and, you know, they walked proudly to church, and you know, I just saw it, just Atlanta was all of that. You know, and I just wanted to give them, they didn't even have to pay me to be on the city council. I just wanted to be there to work on policy and make things better. Never qualified. Never, ever, ever qualified. Just amazing to me. But anyway, it says, even in the closest network of family and friends, one is entitled to freedom of ideas and freedom to express thoughts and feelings independent of the masses. That is me all day. Once I came to my senses, because you have to come to your senses, you know, to get to where I am. 45, to get over here to 82, you have to come to your senses. 55, to get over here to 82, you got to come to your senses. 65, you want to get over here to 82, you got to come to your senses. You got to do what this person said. I say this man said. He don't want me to say nothing. Okay. He says, where did I leave off? Because you know who needs some glasses up here. Even in the closest network of family and friends, one's entitled to freedom of ideas and freedom to express thoughts and feelings independent of the masses. You know, if they all going to the left, why you got to go to the left? I mean, this is an escape route. But if you see left and then you say, if I turn right, I think I know that way, I know that back way. Then you need to be independent of the masses. People get mad with you. You know that people do not like you when you are independent of the masses. Why is that? Why is that? Somebody write that. Somebody, please subscribe. Please write me a note. Please give me a thumbs up and tell me why people get upset with you if you don't follow the masses, if you don't think like everybody else. Ooh, bleh. Anyway, the truth will and must prevail. You said that right. Thank you for writing me this morning. The truth will and must prevail. Remember, the most lasting and important affirmation come from the Father, Lord, and Savior, creator of heaven and earth, when the mind and the soul are authentic. You know, I got to get up and say that again. When the mind and the soul are authentic. That was rich. I just need you to come on my show so bad. I know you don't feel like fooling with me, but I do. When the mind and the soul are authentic. Then he says, good morning. Be blessed and be a blessing. I hope this is a blessing to some of you. When I get something like this, I tell you, my spirit tells me that it's a person or persons on the other side of the screen that need to hear this piece right here. I always have something else I want to do. But when I want to do something else, the Lord will say no. Because I still in the printer what I was going to, matter of fact, like you know where the printer is. It's still in the printer what I was going to say today. But I remember when I talked to him, I wanted to do this. And I said, well, maybe not. It's all right, maybe not. And then my spirit said, no, you have to say this. So I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. I need you to understand that God got you. He really does. You can look at me. You know, how you think I got here? To this point, I'm talking about, you know how I got here. How do you think I got here? How do you think I got here? 82? I did contact my dentist today. I did. Did he write me back? No. Did the assistant Wendy write me back? No. Did Dr. Terry Simmons, I'm going to call him out, call me back? No. Did Dr. Terry Simmons send me a message? No. Did Wendy send me a message? No. I love y'all, but they will. Because they probably saying, who? I can't laugh. I don't want to talk like this anymore. It's just, I don't know. I got to do it. I I gotta bite the bullet. Anyway, let me tell you this part. It breaks my heart knowing there's so many. I'm saying this to you. It breaks my heart knowing that there are so many beautiful souls out there questioning their worth. Oh, I've been there. That's why I think I want to do this. You question your worth because someone you loved, made you feel unlovable because you love that person and they made you feel unlovable. And you're thinking, man, I mean, they think that all this love that we supposed to have and I have for that person, and I'm feeling unlovable because the way they treat me. I need you to come up out of that. You kind of come on over here to 82, and you cannot get over here thinking like any of that. You got to wake up. You got to wake up. You got to shake it off. Just shake it off and say, I'm done with that, and figure out how to get away and get yourself somewhere and get on your purpose, and then get your friends to subscribe to A Slice of Life. I love you, and you can't do anything about it.